morning. Today I'm gonna share to you about some of our investments. So a lot of people are asking. So if you have worked for at least 15 years in your life, where do you put your money? They say you should not work your entire life. Instead, you should let money work for you, right? So it's so simple to say, but it's really difficult. We have tried a lot of different investments. Um, of course, initially, we just tried to do some basic bank investments, but you know, it's really not for the long term, right? I mean, it's not because in the bank you cannot really get too much interest, even if you do long-term time deposits. Okay, so but some people prefer to do that, But just for us, it's not too much our preferred option. Okay, so we have. Sorry about that. We have tried different investments. We have invested in real estate. We have invested in some VOLs, insurance, if you will. We have invested in condo apartments, maybe part of the real estate too. And we have invested in stocks and mutual funds and cryptocurrencies. I'm gonna share to you our experience with those different investment options. And by the way, we have also tried doing small business. So I'm gonna share with you a little bit about that too. Just in case, because a lot of people they after retiring they usually establish their own business. So I can share a little bit on that. So first, I guess, where should I start? Maybe I can just do one for today, right? So maybe stocks, right? So for stocks, for those who didn't know anything about it, zero knowledge. Stocks investment is like investing in companies. In our case, if you invest in the Philippine stock market, it's the PSE. You're gonna invest in Philippine companies. They're public companies, and there are the biggest companies around. So at least the blue chips, right? So how does it work? How do you earn money from this? So usually big companies, giant companies, the owner really doesn't own the whole company, right? So they only own a small portion, and then the bigger portion they sell it to the public, and that's what they usually divide it by so many number of shares into so many number of shares. So for example, if let's do an example. If SM, very simple, right? SM Mall. So for example, the SM Mall has they need this capital for building a lot of malls around. So they need money basically to do this. So instead of putting up their own money, so they're transferring the risk to the public, and they borrow. Instead of borrowing from the bank, they borrow from the public. So although in the background it's not really what happens, they borrow from the bank, and then the bank gets all the money from from the public, but that's a different story. So, for example, they need 1 billion peso. This is just a very simple example. They need 1 billion peso to build a mall. So they'll divide it into so many number of shares. For example, they divide it into 1,000 shares, right? So that means the amount of each share will be 1 billion divided by 1,000, meaning 1 million per share, right? So they're gonna sell these shares to the public, so that everyone can afford it. So in reality, it's not really 1 million per share. It's as low as 100 peso or 10 peso per share. So what they do is they divide it. They do it so that there are so many shares. Like 1 million shares, and then 1,000 pesos for each share, kind of like that. So it will be affordable for everyone. So if you have the public investing on this, it will be much easier, right? Because a lot of people investing, they combine all their money, and then you produce the 1 billion so easily, right? So how do you earn money? Okay, that's the next question. So these companies, they are usually very good businessmen. They're very good companies at making profits. Usually the 1 billion pesos that you invested on, it will increase over time, so in value, right? So for example, after 5 years, the 1 billion mall becomes 2 billion, right? So that means you have earned 100% already in 5 years. So that's double. So if you invested, for example, 1,000 peso for one share, after 5 years, that money of yours becomes 2,000. So plain and simple, right? So you've earned money at that point. So it looks so easy, but it doesn't always work that way. So a lot of companies, they're not usually that aggressive in increasing their value. So that doesn't end only in real estate. So a lot of businesses are, of course, they base the increase or the appraisal on their stock value based on their performance. So the year-on-year annual revenue, net profit, net income, sales, those are the things to consider. If the company is consistently growing every year, that's a good sign. So you're on a good track. So there are times also when you will lose money. Of course, not all. Of course, it's normal for companies to at some point decrease revenue, decrease in their assets, decrease in value. So at that point, if people thinks that the stock price is gonna go down, then it will go down. And so with your investment. So if you bought it, for example, in 2,000 pesos each, and then later on it becomes 1,500, then you've lost some, roughly 25% there. So there it goes. So that's how basically how investment in stocks works. I guess I could say the same for cryptocurrencies and forex, because it's pretty much the same investment logic. It's just that you're not investing in companies, you're investing in currencies. And also there is this thing about, because that's what I just talked about is the fundamentals, meaning about the real performance or the valuation of the the company or the currency. But there's another aspect in these types of investment. That's called the technical analysis. That's where charting and all these candlesticks and all this chart falls into place. So I think I'm gonna do a separate video for that. I've had quite good experience, I could say, on charting. So I could create a separate video that maybe with a presentation to share, right? Better to be presented in PowerPoint with lots of diagrams and examples. So what else? Yeah, we've invested also in some real estate, and I think it's the safest to invest. As long as the value of real estate has not really flew to a very high value, because I saw, some at some point there was this real estate bubble. What that means, it went high too high, and then pop, it went down because it came to the point that nobody wants to buy anymore, right? Because the price is too high, but in principle every real estate's valuation increases over time. So this is really a good long-term investment. And on my experience, real estate is really one of our successful investment for portfolios. You can do investment like you want to buy property and then rent it out, because people eventually needs some place to live on, and they don't have the cash to buy or to loan a new house, right? Or maybe they just don't want to risk buying now. So yeah, you can also buy now and then sell 5 years later, maybe double the price. Yeah, because that's what happened with the house that we're living right now. It basically has doubled its price since I bought it, and that happened in a span of I believe 5 to 7 years. I don't know when it came to that point, but it's between that time, 5 to 7 years. And we have some condo apartments that we're already earning some profits, monthly for the rent. So I think it's a very big help to your income. And yeah, I think that much summarizes it for today. Guess I'm gonna just create another video later on for the much detailed examples. So thank you, and see you around.